Hey everyone, I am Vogue551. I am the Dungeon Master for We Play D&D. In our campaign, today we are going to be down a gnome, sadly, due to extenuating circumstances such as, what's it called, guys? Oh, right, life. Today we have
Samael as Burial,
and Avery as Amadeus.
And playing Gilm today will be me. Because, yeah. Thank you, life. Anyway, last we left off, Burial was in prison. Well, technically holding. If she was in prison, this would be a much different story for her.
Mm-hmm.
But relieved that she couldn't hear, what's her name? Seraphina. And she met a very, disturbing individual in holding. His name was... forgotten. Traxel?
I don't think so.
Did nobody write his name down?
No.
No. It is written down. It is Traxel.
Sweet! Thank you, brain. Anyway. So, you met Traxel, and you saw his tabaxi lawyer, and he got out. And now Burial awaits her awaits her punishment for attempted thievery. Meanwhile, Amadeus and Gilm are at home, slowly turning the house into a giant puppet. Or something else, I don't know. So, Gilm is like, well, is there anything we can do?
I mean, I have the remains from the, jetpack thing. I could start trying to figure out how that works.
Yeah, but doesn't that thing run on, liquid residuum?
Yeah. I'd probably see if I could work out an alternate energy source if I wanted to try and do that.
Well, who knows? Maybe, what was his name? Bob?
Bob.
That is the lamest name ever. Oh well, it's better than Guster Kerfuffle or something. That was the most. That is a name you both have known of, and he was the son of a nobleman, and he was the most ridiculous person you'd ever saw. He kind of blew himself up in an attempt to do a fireball spell. Didn't survive. Well, what do we do? We could break her. No.
Yeah, I'm not risking that.
Yeah, we could totally break her out if we had our magic, but nope.
That's probably not the right thing to do anyway. Burial kind of needs to, learn not to use violence to get what she wants.
True. Wonder what she's doing now. Gilm just kind of turns his head and looks up to the ceiling. Whip pan. Back to Burial. Burial, you start to hear fuzzy sounds coming from your head. What the hell is this damn thing? Aha! Burial. This is not Seraphina's voice, by the way. Burial. Oi.
she's looking around, like, seeing who's talking to her.
Dummy, I'm in your head.
Get out of my head.
Can't do that, girly girl. Name's Samael. Serafina has since retired, and she left me in charge of you. What's up?
Can I have her back?
Nope. She has decided to return back to the positive plane as positive energy, trying to, and I quote, why'd you have to write this so damn small? To bring more light and goodness to the world to balance out the evil that exists from the abyss. Sorry, Samael, she is a handful. Don't. Oh God, you're reading this out to her, aren't you? Oh, oop. You didn't hear anything.
Right.
You would not believe.
How are you talking to me?
Lots and lots and lots and lots of paperwork. God, Nod's red tape is worse than a fucking jungle. Ugh. So I'm your new angelic guide. The name's Samael, and yes, and in Celestial his name does mean poison of God. Before you get all scared and what have you about my name, don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not going to sneak into your room at night and murder you. Unless you do something bad. Even then, Burial, you feel a sudden change. You are no longer a protector, Azamir. You are now a scourge, Azamir.
Oh boy.
It does say that can happen.
It only says that I can go from protected to fallen. I don't know anything about.
I don't care. It can happen. If it
Don't
says you can go,
argue
if you can go from protector to fallen, then you can go from protector to scourge to fallen. You know, it's like a strike system. You know, except I believe you only get 2 and you're out.
Well, she would. If she knew that she could light flames, she would be lighting flames, but since she can't light flames because of the collar around her neck, she's not lighting flames.
What?
If she knew that she could light flames, she would be lighting flames, but because of the collar around her neck, she can't light flames.
Anyway, I just got to, and damn it, gone. Peace and quiet has returned to your mind. Burial.
I don't trust him.
You didn't trust Serafina either, so.
Well, I had a little trust, but the Serafina had that nice tone to where it's trustworthy. His tone, I don't like it.
Well, congratulations. You now have a new angelic boss. Bing! Thumbs up. And your race has changed. Slightly. Again. For the, let's see.
Third time.
Yeah, third time. No, second time. First you were a lizard person. Then you became an Azamir. Protector. Now you're an Azamir Scourge. So that's only twice. If you want, we can go straight to Fallen, and then it's third time. Then the voice turns to something a little different. Didn't think so. Anyway, so as Amadeus and Gilm are waiting for their friend to basically get out of the clink, they check the house. They see it's well provisioned for about 3 more days. Amadeus, what are you doing in those 3 days? Apart from eating and sleeping.
I'm going to start... I guess I should probably wait until I can access the library to see about making a Dragoon, since they'll probably have information on it. So...
Make a history check first.
Alright.
Because the Nadian Dragoons are kind of public knowledge, but... Okay. You know that, yes, it's going to have information on Dragoons, but they're not going to tell you how to make them. You have the distinct feeling that this might be a technology or what would be a word for magical devices? Not technology, because that would be scientific and...
Arcanotech?
Kind of. But that still sounds like a blend. That sounds more like alchemy, but... Ugh. Magical implements, such as that, would be a closely guarded secret. Like how they're constructed and stuff. Because you've seen how dangerous they can be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing you're working on Bob's device.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fairly simple. It's surprising. It's just cracked glass, and after working with it some more, you learn, oh, this can hold up to 20 charges of magical energy and store it as liquid residuum.
So it can, like, produce liquid residuum from spell slots?
Yeah. You pump spell slots into it, Bob wasn't that good of an artificer.
Yeah, how could he make something like this?
Maybe he was good. He's just like... What that means is basically... He wasn't powerful enough to cast 9th spell. No artificer is. So how was he able to? Then it dawns on you. Oh. He was pumping up the gun with the residuum levels to make more powerful gun effects. Clever, okay. Bob. Clever.
So, could I potentially modify the system and use it with the Thunder Cannon to make it into a, like...
What, Dragoon,
basically a Dragoon, but probably a little makeshift.
Make a tinkering check.
What would that be?
That would be intelligence with your tinkering tools, if you have them. And seeing as how you're an artificer, you should have, like, what, double proficiency with that? Or expertise?
Yeah, are tinkering tools a thing? I'm not even sure.
They are. Or smithing, or...
Yeah, I have smith's tools.
Oh, you don't have tinkering tools?
No, those are not one of the...
Okay, whatever. Fine then. Smithing tools then.
Alright,
use your intelligence.
Intelligence plus double proficiency.
Expertise, basically.
Yeah, so I roll roll d20 plus 11.
Holy shit.
5 from intelligence, 3 from proficiency, then double it from my expertise.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn. Okay.
This is what this character's made for.
Yeah, you do it. You do it, but you feel, but you can't. You didn't have enough piping to pump it into. You didn't want to pump it into the main barrel because you know what you saw what happened when fire touched liquid residuum. Just a spark. Bob blew up horribly. So you've added on a second barrel onto your gun. So it's kind of. Did you put it on the side or underneath?
I'll put it underneath.
So it's basically like an over-under shotgun.
Yeah. And I'm going to want to reinforce the piping with like metal casing so that it can't shatter like Bob's design.
The piping was already encased. The actual
the tank
jar
was.
That's what you were shooting at before.
Yeah, I'm going to the storage container for residuum. I'm going to reinforce as much as I can.
Mm-hmm. Upon learning, you just figured this out. That's why Bob didn't have this armored. It was either armor it up, or it doesn't have the ability to fly.
I'm fine with it not having the ability to fly, I think.
You say that now.
Well, I mean, at level 8, I'd be able to rebuild my mechanical serpent to a giant eagle, right?
Maybe. Just to learn. You also now remember, oh shit, if it's a giant eagle, it's gonna be as strong as a giant eagle, and it's not immune to sleep.
The construct.
It's not immune. I've checked.
Yeah, it's not immune to sleep.
Which, that's gonna be hilarious. It's like,
maybe it wouldn't be able to fly if it was armored, but it could still, like, slow a fall.
Make a tinkering check again. See if you could. See if you could actually keep the...
I think I can.
Fuck you. Damn it. Alright. It will give you feather falling if you spend an appropriate amount of liquid residuum to do it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Gilm is just like he's going into the market to see what he can buy, seeing as how he is an illegal currently, and he finds out that they're not completely assholes here. They allow us to buy goods and food, but not booze. Sad. I guess booze are reserved for actual citizens. And then the next day, or one day, Burial, you're given your meal. It's crappy, but it's good. It's filling. Then you hear that fuzzy... Okay, back. Apparently I'm allotted about 30 minutes a day to talk to you. Huzzah. So here's what's going to happen.
Well, don't you control this?
Listen, Belial. Burial.
Now I know you're doing that on purpose.
This is a new guy. He doesn't know your name, okay?
He said it correctly last time.
Shh. Shut up. You're ruining the mystique, okay? Anyway. Alright. Burial. Just to let you know, what's going to happen is you're not going to have both your arms broken. So, plus. Con, you're going to have one of your arms broken. Damn, that sucks. Bonus, you're going to have that arm fixed. Sweet. By the guy who broke your arm. Okay, not as weird.
Are there any more cons?
Oh, right. There will be a colossal-sized dragon visiting that day.
Oh, boy.
A colossal red dragon, by the way.
Do I know Tim's son's name?
Did you... I'm gonna go with... Even if I did say it in the previous game, everyone, I'm retconning it so that he only referred to him as son, or... Alright, so no. Unless, you want to make a history check.
I'm gonna do that.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Use my mind powers. You think you heard Tim say like Tor or more or something like that.
Does it end with an or?
Yeah. Could be anything though. Tor, Thor, more, bore, core, roar. By the way, if that is the most ridiculous name for a dragon ever. Roar! You are now convinced it is Roar.
Is this Roar? Do you know if this dragon's related to anybody on this island?
He will be carrying a harbinger of death and destruction, a tempest of... Seriously? Who wrote this? You hear whispering. I have to read this to her? Seriously? No. I'm just gonna say his name. What? I can't say his name. He's just a single guy. What's the worst he's gonna do? Come up here and kick my ass? He's always listening. He's not a god, damn it. He's just a mortal. What's the worst a mortal could do to us? Right. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Right.
You're wasting valuable time.
Hey. We got 30 minutes, and only like 3 minutes have passed. So shut up. Anyway, it's just his name. It's Tim. Tim's coming. Tim. What? How do you know Tim?
How do you know Tim?
Tim is an incredibly old and ancient and powerful wizard.
Yes, I know that.
Been around since basically the First Age.
I know that.
How do you know
you
him?
You haven't answered my question.
How do I know him?
Yes, how do you? And she points
I
up.
don't personally know the asshole.
What kind of angelic guy are you?
First off, keyword being angelic guide, not god guide, okay? You want a god guide? You can go talk to Kazoo.
Like, this is... I'm used to saying profanity, but I'm not used to hearing profanity in my head.
Like I said, I'm a different kind of angel, okay? See, we're lawful good, not lawful nice. Seraphina was lawful good and lawful nice, but she would rip the head off of a demon if she was told to. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Good point.
Have I answered all your damn questions?
Okay, so right now she's just putting things together. Like, okay, that's the red dragon. I don't really have to worry about because it's just Ken's son.
Maybe.
She's pretty positive about that. What else?
Well, one of her arms is
the
gonna
dragon going to be breaking my arm?
It doesn't say here.
It doesn't say who's going to be breaking my arm. It just says somebody's going to do it, and then they're going to fix it.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. The gods are very finicky, and trust me, I hate working here just as much as you hate listening to it, but come on. It sucks. Because I have to do everything they say, whether I want to or not, because I have to. You mortals have it easy. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Go out, burn a village? Cool. If I want to go burn down a village, it has to be one packed filled with evil. Sometimes I wish I had joined Asmodeus. Oh well. Okay. Oh, where the hell is this other crap? Serafina, note to self. Work on Burial's attitude. You hear a crumpling of paper? That's in the trash. What is this? Ugh, gross. What the hell is this? Cup? Ew! God, Serafina was a slob. By the way, yes, I am sitting at a desk. And Serafina left it a mess. There's paperwork, notepads everywhere. There's sticky notes with stupid work on Burial's attitude. Ugh. You saw that. He actually shows you. You want to see it? He shows you an image.
No. Oh god. What the fuck?
You see a fluffy stuffed unicorn. It looks adorable.
Wait, can you show me a picture of you? I always wondered what you guys look like.
You hear a snapping of the fingers, and you see a blue-skinned, shirtless, buff, bald guy with glowing golden eyes.
What does Serafina look like?
You see Serafina, and she is just a face with wings covering her eyes.
A face with wings covering her eyes.
Yeah. We can really look like whatever we want. It's just Serafina wanted to look that way because she likes wings, and I don't know, it's weird. And as you're still looking at, as he then stabs it back to him, and you then see a very large, buff-looking male with bronze skin, and what you can tell is hair that is like fire behind him. Goofing off again, are we, Samael? No, sir. No, sir. Are you not helping your charge? I am.
Like Kelly is.
Let's see. This is a much deeper, much more masculine, and very intimidating voice. Burial, you are currently imprisoned, correct?
Yes.
And you're going to have one of your arms broken. Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be fixed, as far as you know.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
Well, what the fuck do you think?
It is not my place to think, but to do and die. Ours is not to ask why, but to do and die. Kiss ass. What was that? Nothing, sir. That was Samael.
Yeah, I noticed.
Well, everything seems to be in order. Samael, good job. Maybe you won't get demoted to Sprite. Or, correction, Cherub. Thank you, sir. That masculine, intimidating voice goes away. God. Gods be praised. That's my boss. Well, one of 12.
What's his name?
They don't really have names, they just have a title of Solar. And trust me, if you ever see him, if you ever summon him in battle or what have you, he's not going to follow orders. He's going to be giving them. And so I just got it.
And he's gone again.
Yeah. So the day of the punishment, you, Gilm, Amadeus, and Gilm show up to the town square. Burial is led there with the collar around her neck. See a very large hooded figure with what looks like a 2x4 or some sort of like thick metal bar. Alright, let's get this over with. Put your arm there.
She puts her arm wherever.
It's basically like it looks like two cinder blocks with a big space in between. Alright. 1, 2, 3. And let's see if he hits. Where are my dice? Shit! Well, lucky for them, they let you keep your armor and gear and stuff, so you're still wearing your armor. So that's a positive.
Yes.
But it's your arm, so... Oh, sweet. Grabbed a D20 immediately. 13... Oh, he has advantage because you're basically not moving. 15 plus 5, 20. That hits. For... How much damage do you think that would do? You know, what kind of dice do you think that would be?
Like
is it blood?
Metal bar?
What does it look like? You know,
it looks like it just looks like a thick metal bar.
Like how large?
Yeah.
Oh, duh! It's a great club. Never mind. So 1d8. 3 plus 2 is... No, 3 plus 3 is 6. So your arm takes 6 bludgeoning damage. It is very painful, but the bone is not broken. Shit. Sorry, first day.
First day my ass!
Alright, he swings again.
I died.
You dodged?
I died.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
A dexterity check, not a dexterity saving throw.
You're trying to, well, sure.
Or can I use acrobatics?
You can use acrobatics if you... Well, no, this would be athletics, actually, because you're trying to dodge out of the way. That would require you using your strength. Well, you use acrobatics with your dex stat.
Acrobatics is always with your dex stat.
No. Use athletics with your dex stat. My bad. Because that's what athletics is supposed to be about. Like, you're using your body to move. He rolled a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Rolled a 12. Did that hit? By the way.
Okay, so I use athletics with my dex stat.
Yeah, so basically you should have, like, what, a +5?
I have a +3. My dexterity is a +3.
Really? Even with...
And I'm not proficient in it.
Really? Aren't you a rogue?
I'm not proficient in athletics. I'm proficient in acrobatics.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking of something else. It's like... Wait, what? Oh, okay. Anyway.
Okay, so I just... Whatever just comes up with, add 3. 8.
You try to move, and you can't. Oh, right, he has advantage. Now, you cannot move. You feel your feet and arms and your whole body is now 3 times heavier. And he has advantage, because I keep forgetting that. Oh, shit! Wow.
What?
Whoops. Goodbye, arm. I didn't even want to roll a 20, but he got one. 4 plus... Oh, wait. That's how we do crits, isn't it? It's just... It's max damage plus the extra damage dice. So, 8 plus 4... 8... 12, plus 3... 12, 13, 14... 15. Your arm snaps. Make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, you do not pass out.
I rather would have.
Roll to see if you cry.
I am. No, I am. It should be rolled to see if whether or not I retaliate.
You can't move.
Oh no.
You can't move. You're 3 times heavier.
How am I 3 times heavier? Somebody would have to cast a spell.
Or maybe it activated when you put your arm on those 2 pieces of stone. And as the bone snaps, it makes a wet sound. Ugh. Gilm does not look. He's like, ugh. It's not supposed to bend that way. Your arm goes from being straight and pristine to now like a U. Luckily, no bones are sticking out. So roll to see if you cry.
She is!
Well, what'd she roll?
No, I mean, like, no, forget rolling. No, she literally is.
Oh, she's crying.
Yes.
Like how? Okay, now how bad?
Okay, now I'll roll to see for that. What would that? That would be wisdom. No.
That would be. I'm just gonna let you do a D100, and this is going to be. Yeah, D100. Lower number is worse. Higher number is better. Okay, there are tears, but
She's
not like screaming in pain.
Cry. She's like,
she's not even doing that. She's just tears. It's like her arm flops around. You can still move your fingers at least. Although it's painful.
Who said that?
No. Viriel can still move her fingers at least. Although it's extremely painful to do so. The guy in the hood with the bar looks to you as like, did you learn your lesson?
She's hyperventilating and she wants to say something, but does
she nod or shake her head?
She can't form an answer.
She can.
She mentally just can't form an answer. She's in too much pain to think.
Once for yes or twice for no.
She blinks 3 times. Go, which for her means go fuck yourself.
All right. Put the leg up. Viriel,
you can't move. She's too heavy. She's like.
One of the Goliaths walks up. All right. Picks up, moves your arm off. You now feel lighter. Picks your leg up.
I'm wrapping myself around that Goliath.
Make a strength check. With disadvantage, because you just broke. One of your arms is fully broken.
Hold up. Actually, I can just use the save for I want.
Gillum is looking away. Oh, I wonder how he'll do. I don't even need to add. He rolled a 16, natural 16. He grabs you by your coat, sets you down, puts your leg up. Now you can't move again onto those 2 blocks, and the guy who's like, I'm really sorry about this, but we can't stop until you learn your lesson. Winds up, and then a firebolt smacks the thing out of his hand.
If she could say something, she would be like, "Oh, thank God!"
And then a dark shadow of a colossal-sized red dragon appears overhead.
Whoever is in charge of my life is a wonderful person. Thank you, guys.
The dragon lands. Tim hops off. The dragon then turns into a normal person, a normal-looking human with bright red hair and very handsome features. Tim walks up. What the hell's going on here?
Viriel was being stupid.
I know that, but walks
she
up to...
refused to acknowledge that she had learned her lesson after getting her arm completely broken.
Oh, I thought... You see Tim walk over to the, he's still the elf with the beard form. Walk over to the Punisher individual. grabs him by the cowl, pulls him down to his level. Tim's now much shorter than he was. We got rid of that 40 years ago. Tell me why you're doing this? If you could see this, if you could smell fear, you would smell it from this guy. Actually, fear smells a lot like urine, in which you do smell urine. Well, say my name, Magister Todd. The full name, Magister Tim Todd. What were you going to do? I was going to break her leg. Why? Because she attempted thievery? I think the broken arm is enough. Do we understand? She has paid for her crime. Now she is free to go. Do we have an understanding? The hooded figure nods furiously. Good. Throws him off. Guy literally falls off the podium. Damn. Well, that's back. Walks over to Burial, pulls your leg off.
Oh God!
I think you phrased that wrong.
First off, not a god. Second off, here. God, what would you do with... You just love getting in trouble, don't you?
I just wanted a drink.
You could have waited, until the end of the week, when I probably would have been able to use my alchemy jug.
Did you learn your lesson, at least?
Fuck this country!
Close enough. Tim, as you're about to say your next word, he shoves a potion of healing into your gullet. You're only breaking your teeth. But you remember this feeling.
Drink the shit out of that potion.
Yeah, as you drink it, your arm literally does this reverse snapping sound of setting its place. Oh, God. Barely, you look a little more, look kind of scourged. Something happened?
I don't know yet because I can't use magic. This thing around my neck.
Oh, right. Yeah, those things. Yeah, well, you're in luck. He presents you a little card, or a little red booklet. Basically says, Nod passport. Here you go. Take it.
She takes it with her good arm.
Both her arms.
Which arm was it? Which arm did he break?
Or did the basically the pseudo executioner break? It was her right arm, but it's fully healed now because of the potion of healing.
She takes it with her left arm. She's still not comfortable with her right arm.
Scared.
Afraid.
You don't feel any pain, but we all know that feeling. It's like, is it gonna shock me? So you open it up. It's a little pamphlet, just like the one Tim had way earlier in the week. And as you take it, you feel that slight choking feeling around your neck gone. You open it up, and it's a stunning picture of you with your name, your age, gender, class, basically everything about you, with a very beautiful picture of you. And it says, Citizen of the Kingdom of Nod.
Freedom!
What do you say?
She kisses Tim's feet.
Tim is very perplexed, but Okay. Burial, stand up.
You are an angel.
You see Tim recoil. It's like, why would you say that? The former red dragon is just snickering. She heard that. Oh.
And now she's trying doing magic.
She can do magic.
She presses visitation to her body.
It still looks scourged. It still looks scourged, but like, you don't smell as bad. You don't smell bad anymore.
And she whips out her wings.
They are gone. Because I don't believe a scourged Azamir.
So all of them can fly. It's just that their wings are made
they
of.
Look different. They look scourged.
Yeah. My wings are on fire. She's trying to look at her wings, but she can't.
Tim hands you a mirror. Here, use this.
She looks at it. She's like,
They look badass, though.
No, for her, to everybody else, it looks cool, but for her, she's like, what the fuck?
Apparently your file got transferred, and you then hear Samael is like, yeah, bitchin' wings, right?
What the fuck did you do?
Hey, don't look at me. Blame Seraphina. She said I quit.
Because of her!
Does Tim give Gilman IR passports?
Oh. No, he doesn't, but the former Red Dragon walks over and he's like, Sir Gilm? Look, pointing at you, Amadeus, and
no,
Amadeus...
Gilm's the gnome.
Oh, sorry. And he produces 2 passports and hands them to you. Same thing, you know. Beautiful Corinthian red leather. That's not a real thing, by the way. There's no such thing as Corinthian leather. That was just a product. It was like blast processing. Beautiful picture of both you and Gilm. Like someone spent a long time making it. And the paint in the picture actually looks like it was hand painted. Such intricate details, too.
I'm gonna pull my alchemy jug out of my bag of holding and pour a drink for Puriel.
You pour in a fine stout for her. In her hands.
She sees the jug being poured out ale, and she's like, give me the jug, and she just starts going in.
Beer ale.
I mean, it can hold 4 gallons of beer, so...
Oh, God. Make a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to allow you to drink all that beer, but you got to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, wait, that was just with disadvantage?
Roll again with regular...
No, here, it shows what it is.
Still, it's fat. It's showing the 12 first, so roll again without the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't pass out from alcohol poisoning either. But you finish off the 4 gallons. Meanwhile, the rest of the crowd is dispersed. It's like, oh, boring.
I'll put away the jug.
Actually,
she puts her hands in the air like, woo!
Actually, Burial, do you give up the alchemy jug?
He goes, nah.
It's out of alcohol right now, so you don't have a reason to hold on to it.
Actually, I'm guessing as Burial is holding it, she pulls it away and she hears sloshing.
It makes that sound whether or not it's empty. Try and get more alcohol out of it. You can't.
You see a bunch of other tubes, or a bunch of other spigots on it, too.
It can't produce another liquid until the next dawn, so.
she tries drinking anything more that's in there, but she's like, there's nothing here.
I told you.
I'm going to amend that rule, basically saying it can only, if you want to produce more of that same liquid, it has to wait another day. But
okay, so I can.
Yeah, you can produce all those liquids, but that once it's empty of those liquids, it's empty for that day.
If she pulled out a random one, it could be either acid, poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, freshwater, saltwater, or wine.
Yes.
So,
Burial, do you do that?
In her drunken state, she just pulls one.
Okay. Let me find the alchemy jug in the player's handbook, or in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Let's see.
If you just got a face full of acid, this is entirely your fault.
Or she could get more wine and get super drunk. Roll a D. No, not a D10. My bad.
Or just mayonnaise.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It would be D10. 6,
7. Yeah, D10. If you get a 4, roll again.
D10.
3. Oh, sorry, 3. My bad. Roll again.
3 that you need to roll again on.
2.
Oh shit! You drink it. It's really bitter.
Do I have time to try and stop her when I see what she pulls out?
Make a strength check. Burial, Amadeus is trying to take your booze machine away from you.
I'm gonna shout, that one's poison, don't drink this.
Burial, in your drunken state, you hear him say, "That's mine, give it back."
No!
Burial, make a strength check. You are so goddamn lucky you rolled that low.
I know, because that was
Amadeus,
basic
you take
poison.
it away just before Burial was about to drink that poison. You get the corks back from her, you put them back in, and then you decide to put labels underneath each spigot in the future.
Yeah, I'll put it back into the bag of holding now.
Oh no, give me. Come on.
You're pushing Burial away as she's trying to reach into the bag of holding.
I need to put a magic seal on this thing sometime.
Or label the spigots.
Probably. So I assume I have the modified thunder cannon with me.
Yeah, and it's working.
What would the... So I can expend a spell slot to make an attack with it as the Dragoon, and what would the damage on that be, do you think?
Probably a D10. Well, the baseline would be a D10. Because your little tube there is really simplistic. Because, I'm going off what a musket is. I believe a musket's a D10.
So... But, that just makes it worse than using Thundermonger is the problem.
Yeah, but as you pump spells into it gets stronger.
So, 1d10 per spell slot I use?
Yeah. So you get 20 charges with the... Well, actually, you get 10 charges now because you had to armor it up. And the armored vessel holds less space in it.
Yeah. I assume it still has the same range as the Thunder Cannon.
The same range as a musket, actually.
I don't know what the ranges on those are.
Let's go to the handy dandy Dungeon Master's Guide. Turn to the back of the book. Master of the rules. Flanking, hoarding, mangling, madness.
And since it's basically a spell attack, would it be plus int instead of plus dex for damage?
Yeah, I would assume it's your spell attack. It's your spell casting modifier. Okay, musket's range is 40 by 120 feet. Oh, it's actually a D12.
Okay.
So it's on par with your thunder cannon.
A bit worse, but
yeah, D12 is worse than 2D6.
Yeah, but I can.
But not by much.
The problem is Thundermonger ends up.
Yeah, but this is the cool thing, though. You can store up to 10 charges and then pump that thing
and
up
then
to
do like
10
D12 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 120 feet, too, which... It makes your thunder cannon a little heavier, about 3 pounds heavier, but it's worth the extra weight.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But you probably wouldn't. But to use the prevent falling damage kind of thing, it's going to that would cost about 2 charges.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me see. Let's see. What level is feather falling? First level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that would cost you 2 charges.
Okay. So does Tim notice the modifications I've made in now?
So you took that Sky Pirate's device and made it your own, huh?
Yeah.
The second Tim says Sky Pirate, you see the large Goliath pull out his big cannon dragoon and points it to the sky and says, "Where?" Why so jumpy? No Sky Pirates. Oh, sorry, Magister. It's fine. I understand. They are a nuisance, aren't they? So, how was your week? Roughly.
Pretty good for me.
Burial? You're still drunk off your ass?
Face planted.
Yeah, she's unconscious.
On the floor. She's asleep now.
She was in jail for basically most of it.
Ah. Why is that? She attempted thievery of another's alcohol, sir. Yeah, that totally sounds like her. The Red Dragon guy is just snickering upon hearing all of this. What's so funny, Thor? Nothing, Father. Nothing.
Oh, Thor! And then she goes back to...
Silence. Well, you three are rather interesting individuals.
That's one way to put it.
That's what the missus would put it. I, on the other hand, would say you three are batshit insane and dumb as hell at the same time.
Hey, I resent the dumb as hell part.
You decided to shoot at a tank filled with liquid residual.
I mean, it was the best option at the time.
Best option at the time would have been to fend Bob's troops off to the point where they broke and retreated, and then Bob would have had to have retreated because, that's how Sky Pirates work.
I mean, he had it coming. He's always been an asshole.
Asshole or not, that doesn't give you the right to put other people's lives in danger, Amadeus.
I was mostly just putting my own at risk there.
Tim shows you how much damage that amount of residuum he had in that pack could have done if it all exploded while contained in the jar. With a minor
high
illusion.
enough up when I was shooting at him that
it would have engulfed. It would have. Here's what would have happened. It would have blown up, destroyed one of the containment spindles containing said fire elemental, and I checked that ship was not fireproof. That fire elemental would have came onto the ship, burning the ship, setting us all ablaze as the ship started to crash into the ocean. We would have all died. Well, you all would have died. I would have been fine.
There's no way that a shot from the thunder cannon would have exploded the residuum. The impact might have caused some of it to go everywhere, as well as the thunder energy might have dispersed it even more, but there's no way it would have straight up ignited it on its own.
Tim reaches into his pocket and he reaches into his coat and slowly pulls out a small thin blue vial filled with, you guessed it, liquid residuum.
I mean, I have some
and
as well.
He drops it. It explodes. As soon as it touches the ground, it just explodes into a random magical effect. In this case, a large amount of butterflies. That's just from me dropping the damn thing.
Well, given the way it was stored, there was likely to be some sort of preventative measure. I know Bob's stupid, but he's not stupid enough to have no safeguards on his
He's stupid,
position.
but he's not reckless, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Was that container he had on there armored at all?
The tubing was, but he didn't have it armored to the point where he should have, so that he could use it to fully fly.
Ah.
The way I've modified it, I can still use it to basically mimic the effects of a Featherfall spell, but I can't fly with it.
That's cool. You know? Well, I'm gonna leave you two responsible ones here to take care of that. And he points at Burial.
We'll take care of it.
Coming from Burial. Belch. So Tim just is like, alright, I'm out. Leaves, goes to his son. Come on. Daddy's time's important. Thor waves goodbye to you three. Well, to you two. And he turns into his colossal red dragon form again. Tim hops on his back and they fly off. You can steadily hear Tim complaining. If a red dragon could have a look of, it could just stop flying and hit the ground and kill us both right now. So as you go home, dragging a horribly drunkard Burial back.
We should probably have Prototype do the dragging.
Yeah, Prototype is carrying Burial. And it's saying, she smells bad. If it could talk.
Why did I make you so that you could complain? Come on.
No. If Proto could complain, it would be saying, why does she smell bad? It's just making that face like that's what it's saying.
Yeah, I believe that mechanical servants...
Can't
they know
talk.
all languages I know, but they can't speak.
Yeah. That's why you need to learn Drow's hand signs.
Basically a mechanical direwolf. I'm not sure it can do those.
Then a mechanical hand pops out and goes, no. Thumbs up, middle finger.
Why did I program this thing to flip me off?
No, it didn't. That was a joke. It was a joke. So you go back. Gilm's like, you know what? I'm going to go into my section of the basement and study for the next few days. You and Burial have fun. Without me. Bye. Goes into his study. That green liquid that's in the house is still there. Mostly finished.
I went to that library.
Burial. Okay, you put Burial in her room. Or at least the room that's one she'd probably like the most.
Mm-hmm.
That you think, Amadeus, she would like the most. So it's basically the room with a lot of books and stuff. Or where would you put her? My question is. Oh.
Is there a gladiatorial arena in here somewhere?
No, there isn't, sadly. Although she is drunk, and you've dealt with drunk Burial before, so you know there's going to be vomit in the near future, so...
Put her somewhere where there's not a whole ton of furnishings that would need to be cleaned.
Oh, the bathroom. You remember the bathrooms. There are 3 bathrooms,
yeah.
One for each of the bedrooms, and you put her head basically in the toilet. Far enough that she's not in the water, but, you know. Tie her hair off so it's not going to, like, get in the water. Or does Burial keep her hair short?
No, her hair's long.
Okay, so Amadeus puts it up into a bun. Maybe multiple buns. Who knows? Short answer is he puts it up into a way that would prevent Burial's hair from getting into the toilet water.
Yeah.
Amadeus, you go to the library. Make a investigation check at the library. Okay, you find books on the history of the Dragoons.
I'm going to read them.
Okay, over... Okay, it's written in Draconic.
Which I speak, since you gave us all...
Draconic. Yes.
Yeah.
Now. Because... retcon. And it's talking about how the Dragoons were... Before they were weapons, they were actually great warriors of Nod. Magical knights / wizards. Until Tim saw that stupid thing. If you have the ability to cast 9th level spells, why would not just cast 9th level spells? Why use a sword? So Tim created. So, with the help of the Master Artificer of Nod, and Tim giving him pointers, not necessarily developing the weapon, but you get what I'm going for, right?
Yeah.
Tim was involved, but he didn't build it. Kind of like how the church owns the Sistine Chapel, but they didn't paint it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that. He owns the designs, but he didn't make it. Kind of like Edison, in a way. Anyway, so the Dragoon first device was a very large, and as you can see, a very large cannon-like device that is, wow, deals a lot of damage, but has a lot of kickback and a potentiality to explode. And it looks a lot like the one the Goliath had. Except, you know, little cruder.
Yeah.
Like, You see in the design it says created with use Aurochs leather. For the barrel, the shot use stones. The hell? Leather and stone.
That is strange materials to work with.
Yeah, but here's the thing. In real life, there were cannons actually made of leather. Yeah, like that's... they were used by Sweden during... by Gustavus Alphonsus... King Gustavus Alphonsus of Sweden. In his wars, in which he kicked a lot of ass with. Because the cannons were made of leather and not like bronze or iron, they were significantly lighter and easier to move. But they required way more repair time because they were made of leather.
Yeah.
So... and then it goes to... It's basically like a cutaway of what it doesn't tell you how to make it, but it shows you, like, this is what this does, this is what that does, you know? Not in depth, but kind of like how it's meant for children.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's a book that, like, really old book I used to read in, like, elementary school. It was, like, called Arms and Armor.
Oh, I think I know that book, actually.
Yeah, it has, like, it shows you, oh, this is a claymore. It has little magic runes on it. Yeah, so you keep reading through it, and it shows you the old. You see the prototype Dragoon cannon, and it was something only an extra medium-sized creature could wield easily.
Mm-hmm.
By extra medium, I mean like Goliath, Furblog, Orc, Bugbear.
Yeah.
You know, any creature that has the powerful build stat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Then you get to the modern Dragoon. And then you see like the test one. It's still using a shape, even though it could just propel magical forces outward. Or at the same amount of damage, and then they realized, oh, wait, you don't have to do that. And then you see that it's now the more modern one.
Mm-hmm.
And it does... It's informative, but not like to the point where it's like, I know how to build these now.
But does it give me like any insight as to how I could like improve the design I'm working with currently?
Yeah, it gives you some ideas, but nothing major. Like... I could do... No, I already did that. No, that's already in there. I could do... You know, I think with the gun artificer, the powers shouldn't be like, oh, you get them at levels. It should kind of be like the alchemy one.
Yeah, or you get to like choose modifications.
Yeah, like you can do now.
That would be a lot cooler.
Yeah, a lot better.
Oh, one thing I did want to do is see if I could figure out like an auto reloader for it.
Make a smithing check.
That's int and proficiencies again, right?
Yeah. D20 plus 11. Yeah, you can get the basics of one going, but it's going to take time.
Alright.
And it's going to cost you money. How far do you want to take this? Like, do you want to make an automatic gun?
I want semi-automatic.
Well, then you're probably going to want to go with Dragoons, because those are semi-auto. They fire when you pull the trigger. No,
yeah. I probably will just keep iterating off of my current design to build it to a Dragoon, though.
Yeah, slowly making game.
Yeah. And I think making it semi-automatic is the next step towards it.
Alright.
So, like, how much golden supplies would it be?
How much you got?
I have on my character 6 platinum, and then 2 more in my bag of holding.
It would probably cost you about 2 platinum to actually get it all set up fully the way you want it.
Yeah.
But you can't justify spending that much money right now because 2 platinum, or I get to buy more food when I need it.
Yeah, that's true.
You could ask Tim, but
He seems a bit busy.
a bit. And in the back, towards the back of the book, you see Tim's old mug. The human wizard in the dark robes. Bouffant hair, slick backed. There we go. Like that.
Yeah, that one.
It's a nice picture, though.
Yeah.
Looks more like an alchemist, if you ask me. But so Tim is just in the back of the book, and then you see a gnome who is working there. He's just, also next to this is like the patron of this technology, of this device. There we go. Magical device. And the actual inventor is a gnome who you don't even see his face. He's just his back with a bunch of, like, you see like a mechanical bird. 1 second. What brings you here? Sorry, it was that was my father. He came by to bring me turkey. So, where were we?
There was a gnome in the picture in the back of the book.
Oh yeah. This gnome, you don't see his face, you just see his back. Orange hair that you can clearly tell is, or red or white hair that you can clearly tell is like dyed. Mm-hmm. Like Trump. But it doesn't look like that, though. It doesn't look that bad.
Alright.
And you can just see, like, all around him are, like, these little mechanical birds and a fire starter, Basically, the gnome that's in the PHB picture there.
Yeah.
The one who's just, like, tinkering.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Artificer Victor. Volgood. Oh!
Could I make an investigation check to find information on him?
Oh, sure. With advantage, because you know this guy.
Well...
You find a book on his life, and it's fairly normal. It's very... Nobody liked his inventions, the whole... You know Bug's Life, where everybody's like making fun of his inventions and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Basically that whole thing. Then he saves the day, and then he's brought into Nod because Tim needs a guy like him. And then you find a fellow in the library, all black with some weird looking symbol. It looks like a ruby. A glowing ruby just in his shoulder. And as he's searching through books. He's in the P section, by the way. There. Pulls out a book. And he pulls out a book and he looks it over. Got you.
Can I see what book it is?
Make a perception check. You can tell the book is you get like his hands covering most of the cover. Mm-hmm. Except for one word, psionics. Then you hear the guy's voice is like, he's not even looking at you, and he turns his back to you and says, "Don't concern yourself with this, and it's in your head."
I'm going to take his advice, because psionics are not something to mess with.
Yeah, and then, like, the second you look away, and then you look back, he's gone. Like, and so is the book.
I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen for now.
Yeah, because you kind of already kind of dealt with psionics before, and they were terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those monsters looked like somebody took a colon and pulled it inside out.
You?
No, that's... Okay, how else do you describe this creature?
I mean, you're correct, but still.
I know, ew. That, by the way, is from the Cthulhu Mythos, people. That's called a flying polyp.
Fun.
Yeah, it does look like one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And this bad boy, it's called a Mingo. What they like to do is cut people's skulls out, take their brains, and bring them home for unknown reasons.
Double fun.
Yeah. My thoughts are they take them home, and they're technically a fungus.
Ew.
Yeah.
It looks like a fungus.
Yeah.
A fungi.
Boo! Suddenly, a bear comes out of the woodwork and attacks you and rips your throat out for saying that bad pun. No, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's a DM abusing their power, everyone.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure out if I can do some more simple automation to the thunder cannon.
Yeah.
So that it just like takes less time.
Gravity feed kind of system.
Yeah.
Okay, so you drill a hole into the barrel and add in a little slide so that you pull it back. As you pull it back, it fires and then it opens up, letting another amount of powder and then ball in.
So it's closer to like a bolt action now.
Closer, but it's a little weird.
Yeah.
It jams from time to time now, so when you roll a 1, it'll jam. Well, actually, if you roll a 2, it'll jam, and if you roll a 1, it'll explode. because you've done little micro simulations with a similar device at home, and the same thing happened. So you've added more risk, but hey, you don't have to spend time reloading anymore.
Yeah. So it'd be a free action to reload it now?
Yeah, you could just basically do it whenever now. It's like...
Yeah.
It basically auto-reloads now.
Yeah. But this is kind of only a temporary solution until I figure out a better method.
Yeah.
That doesn't explode.
Well, it still explodes, but in the way you want it to.
Yeah, it doesn't backfire 10% of the time.
Well, it jams 20% of the time.
Yeah.
Well, no, it jams 10% of the time because 1/20th of anything is like, what, 5%?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it jams 10% of the time and blows up 5% of the time. But it's completely worth it.
The time saved in general is probably worth having to fix the occasional jam.
Mm-hmm.
And I can always use mending to repair it if it explodes and I'm still alive afterwards.
Exactly. Unless you have the hose hooked up to the residuum cannon.
Yeah, in which case I just
run towards the enemy. I may die, but I'll take them with me. So let's see.
I think it has the hosing on the opposite side as the input feed, though.
Well, that's true, but here's the thing, though.
It's probably just gonna have
it's an under over barrel design.
Yeah.
So it looks cool. It's fairly ingenious. And you meet like several other students here. You see a little kid, a little elven kid, with an owl bear plushie. Sitting in a book, reading a book titled The Baby Bestiary. And on the cover, you just see a little hatchling owlbear and a little hatchling griffin slowly growing up into the adults that they become. That is a real book, by the way. No, I'm serious. It's a real book. It basically details like what you do, how you raise these animals, and how you can get them to be your friends forever.
I just googled it. That does look pretty cool.
It's adorable. Look up the baby bestiary hydra, just a little egg, and you see just a bunch of little hydra heads sticking out.
Aww.
There was a goofy little end. So a day passes, you're back home. Burial, you have filled the toilet. It smells bad, and there are carrots in there, even though you didn't eat carrots. Do you flush?
Yes.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw. No. Oh, Amadeus.
Yes.
On this new day, you hear a knock at the door. Gilm is still in his section of the basement working.
I'll go answer it.
It's 2 cops.
Hello?
It's 2? It's 2 what?
2 cops.
Cop? Oh.
Amadeus Medri,
Yes?
where are you at the... And he basically gives a time and date for you being at the library in that particular section of the library.
Did something happen?
Yes, a book was stolen.
Do you know what book?
And he says psionics and mystics.
I did see someone take that book.
He pulls out a picture, and it's... let's see if I have that here. Did he look like this?
He holds up what the guy looked like.
Yeah, that's exactly what he looked like. Although you didn't get a full view of his face, but from the side...
I didn't get a good look at his face, but just about.
Profile, that's what he looked like. Damn. Did he have any identifying markings at all on his person?
Out of character, I don't remember if I mentioned any.
Make a history check. With advantage, because this was the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. You remember the glowing ruby symbol?
Oh yeah.
You tell them
it
that?
Looked like. Yeah.
Order again. Damn it. You hear the other cop, who you see one of them is dressed in like a typical kind of a cop uniform that you've seen around town. The other looks like an investigator. God damn it! The order strikes again. They want people to know about how psionics work. They can't keep it, secret. So, do you ask any questions about that at all, or what?
Yeah. So they're trying to keep psionics a secret? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, the Order thinks psionics are incredibly dangerous. And they're technically right, but...
I would definitely agree. But
why?
Recently, me and my partners spent, I'm not entirely sure how long it was, probably we spent some time being mentally controlled by creatures from the far realms.
The second you say the far realm, his eyes and the cop's eyes go wide, and... okay. And you're still alive.
We were rescued by Magistrate Todd.
Grand Magister Todd.
Yes.
The cop, who looks like a beat cop, is just like, what? Basically what you've just said is, we went to basically a place worse than the Nine Hells and the Abyss combined, and were saved by the President.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. We're going to need you to come in, you and your friends, to give your story about what happened there. If that's okay.
I would be willing. I'm not as sure about my companions.
You hear Gilm yell from his basement, "I'm busy!" You've always been surprised how good Gilm's hearing is.
And Viriel's still hungover, I assume.
Yeah, she's...
Yeah, you heard that... You heard that loud yell from Gilm, and it just makes your head throb all over. Like, ugh.
Not again.
Make it stop.
Yeah, I don't think my companions are going to be willing to come.
Well, multiple angles of the story would be helpful, but... well, wouldn't be a good time for you.
I'm not really doing anything right now, if you have the time.
Alright, come along.
Alright, I'm gonna have Prototype come with me.
Bark, bark. It does a robotic bark. Bark, bark. Oh, You're an artificer.
Yes.
Okay. Be sure to keep him on a leash.
He doesn't take any actions that I do not tell him to.
I understand, but still, it's a pet.
Technically, it's not even alive. If we're going to go down that route.
It turns out the other beat cop is a warforged, and he looks offended.
A mechanical servant is very different from a warforged, you have to understand. It's not fully sentient, unlike a warforged.
He still has that offended look. It's like, which is really difficult to tell, seeing as how they don't have very many facial features. Like, just eyebrows. But you can feel it. Hey! Don't do that binary speak here. You may not know that. But you could pretty much guess what he said, and it was basically racist.
Yeah.
Still, under the law, all pets, companions, you see a ranger with their pet on a leash. Or, you see a ranger with their beast friend on a leash. Walk past your house.
I
understand.
So I'll just tie a leash.
You see your pet you see your beast, you see your mechanical servant, like, kind of recoils, like, I don't want it. Like an actual dog would.
I don't remember programming that. Oh well.
Well, you do remember where Nod is located. On a waypoint, which odd magical effects can happen.
Oh, that's true.
So it might be boosting your mechanical servant to something more than what you programmed in. But it still obeys your commands fully. So, like, once you say stop, it stops fidgeting, and you put the collar on it, and you say follow, and it follows.
It has an intelligence of 3 as a baseline, so...
Yeah, so it's acting more and more like an actual direwolf would.
Yeah.
Except minus, the hunger for flesh.
Alright, so I follow the cops to,
Yeah, to the precinct.
Yeah.
They bring you into a room, and you feel a force overcome you. Do you resist it?
Do I have any sense of what it is? Like, if it's a truth field or something?
Zone of truth, you mean?
Yeah.
You think that this is what that is? Because these are cops, and they're bringing you into an area where you need to be at, where you need to speak the truth? Because they're cops?
I will try and resist it. Like...
Okay.
Omnis kind of really values free will.
Well, it's not taking away your free will. It's just forcing you to say the truth.
Yeah, but you'd rather keep his options open. So that'd be wisdom saving?
No, that would be charisma, I believe.
Okay.
Let me check. You're still rolling with advantage.
Oh, with advantage.
But let me check. Zone of truth. Charisma saving throw. Yeah. Okay. Zone of truth is one of the most powerful, like, non-combative spells, if you ask me.
Yeah. So should I roll that again, or?
Yeah, roll it again without the advantage.
Yeah. Just forgot to toggle the thing. Lot worse.
You fail. So they note that you did try and resist it, which is understandable. It's like, we understand you want to resist this, but that came out wrong. Sorry, we're not like that. We're not like that famous bard,
I assume I know.
Yeah. Bill Cosby reference. Because that's what he would be, right? A bard with the sleep spell?
Yeah, he'd be a bard.
Or an alchemist.
I guess.
I don't know. I think a bard would be better.
Yeah, because alchemists aren't really known for telling jokes.
Yeah.
Just a bard with a sleep spell.
Being an entertainer, bard works well.
Yeah, anyway. But a terrible entertainer. I knew what they wanted when they were asleep.
Alright, let's move on.
That made me feel gross. Anyway, so you're in there. They note down that you did try to resist, but it's understandable because who wouldn't resist a zone of truth?
Yeah.
Even Tim would resist it.
He probably would succeed, though.
Probably. Then again, Tim's been around for thousands of years. Of course he's going to succeed.
Yeah.
So they ask you the questions, you recount the tale that you had, and you describe some of the creatures that you saw. And do you describe what happened to Tim?
With the
whole purple, with the whole arcanic fire engulfing his body and him changing into what he is now?
If they don't ask about it, then no.
Okay. Did anything happen when you came back to the Prime Materium?
Yes. We were, like, outside of a bar.
What bar?
Then,
what bar?
I don't remember what you...
Let me see.
That'd be history.
Yeah, roll a history check. Or wait for me to load this up. Okay, got it. Okay. It was the back door.
It was called the back door.
Wow. Fancy. So after doing all that, kicking ass, taking names, Tim brought you to the back door, one of the largest and best taverns in the world. And Tim basically bought you guys a meal for free.
Yes.
Huh. Well, at least Tim's generosity hasn't changed. In the thousands of years, supposedly, he's been around. The Warforged just kind of scoffs. It's like, of course you doubt it.
I don't doubt that he's been around that long.
Yeah, but some of those stories about him are just insane when you think about it. Come on, he stole a tooth from a god, and the god hasn't come back to collect.
I didn't know.
Come on.
He did get us out of the far realm.
So what? A god could do the same thing, but he's not a god. He's just a mortal. Seen him bleed, seen him... There is a story of him getting his head cut off and his body walking over and putting the head back on his shoulders.
That doesn't exactly scream mortal to me.
I know. Okay. It's not possible he's thousands of years old. Human. He doesn't look human anymore.
Believe whatever you want.
Whatever. There are plenty of people who would doubt Tim's validity, because would you believe something like Tim if you hadn't seen it firsthand?
No.
Exactly. So the questions go on, and then they get to the point where it's like, where you came from was he pulls out a map. You were in Canton, yes?
Yes.
And you came all the way to Nod. It's port of... Where did I say this place was?
I'm not sure you did.
No. Well, it's one of Nod's many ports, so you came about... We'll just go with this, about 6,000 miles?
Yeah.
In a few days?
That is correct.
How did you go about that? Now, the captain told you, don't tell anybody about this. Because this is one of her secrets on how she's able to travel the world in a phenomenal pace.
We took a specialized ship.
How specialized?
Incredibly.
Uh-huh.
Designed to travel long distances, like, as quickly as possible.
I see. Care to give this ship's name out?
I do not remember what it was.
You do remember, and that you can't lie. You give out the you think to give that out. You think to say I don't remember, and then you say the Raven Storm. Shit. The Raven Storm, huh? Okay. So, you do know that was a pirate ship, yes?
Maybe it was at one point. Not anymore.
In the time you sailed with it as a dragonborn, it wasn't. But it could have been.
When was it last recorded as being a pirate vessel?
How long ago were you actually on that ship as, what, let's say 5 years ago?
Yeah.
6 years ago.
So that would have been just before I first was on the crew of that ship.
Interesting. Now, there was one incident where you woke up in the middle of the night and the ship was taking on cargo from another ship that was slowly sinking.
I never saw anything that would prove it to be a pirate vessel.
Still. Although when you asked the captain that night, as that memory floods back into your head, you realize she told you, don't worry, we tried to save as many people as we could, but now that you think on it a little more, you could have been shanghaied by pirates. There we go. That's the port you're at. Shanghai.
Shanghai? Really?
Shut up. Okay? It's not. I can name it whatever I want. So, you are supposedly a crew member. What was your job on the ship?
I assume I was a technician.
Technician? Why would a ship need a technician?
The specializations on the ship that allows it to go fast.
Interesting.
It uses relatively advanced technology. My job was to keep it running.
He pulls out a magic mirror and he starts bringing up sort of classic steamships like this. And he holds up and it has little wheels on the side that paddle it forward.
No.
And then he brings up another one and it just looks like a propeller that's pushing it through the water.
No.
And then he brings up literally one that says on the front of it in bright red, blood red letters, top secret, and it's the Raven Storm design.
That's incredibly interesting. How does that work? I've seen something like this before, but never the designs.
the basic premise, this is Nadian in design. This was a prototype. It was meant to help us foster crew and cargo across the seas at a much faster rate, using a non-sentient yet fire elemental. But the captain, who it was given to, decided to quit and take that as her pension.
I have never seen a ship that was powered by a non-sentient fire elemental. So it was not this design.
This is a prototype design anyway. Now, we could have rebuilt this if she hadn't killed the person who had developed it.
Who is that? It must have been an amazing inventor.
And you can see it is the master artificer of Nod. Still,
I read about him in the library, looking at the history of the Dragoon weapons.
So you're studying the Dragoon weapons. Interesting.
Well, I have always had an interest
Make an insight check
fire.
really quick.
Alright.
I'm just gonna go. This is. You can tell this has gone from basically from a simple, simple questioning about what you've done to a full-term investigation into your friends, and how you got here.
If you are concerned about our activities, I suggest you talk with Magister Todd. He will vouch for us. He is the one who got us our citizenship, if you look at the records.
We know this, but we've also heard from Magister Todd, from Grand Magister Todd, that you were also a former crew member on that ship.
I mean, I also
and we are just trying to remove any doubt that this woman or man that you served under, actually, they probably would know when the captain of, that this woman is not who we think she is. You can understand this, right?
Yes.
We're looking for a captain who is a traitor, who betrayed Nod, and basically this ship is like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
So, you can understand our concern.
Yes.
The captain you worked under was Taya, right?
Yes.
Did she ever tell you how she got this ship?
No, she did not.
No. This is the dungeon master asking you.
I don't really know if she would.
She liked to drink. She was a minotaur.
Yeah, so I guess she might have.
She might have gotten drunk a little bit and said, "I won this ship in a card game" or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So,
roll.
We'll go with that.
History, probably.
Yeah. History.
You remember the captain getting drunk one night with the crew and you and playing cards and winning, because that's what the captain does. And she said how I got this ship was the previous captain was a complete asshole and idiot. And so I killed him and took it.
Okay.
Do you relay this to them or no?
Well, did they ask if I know how?
You're not compelled to answer the question. You are just compelled to tell the truth. In which you can't. And if you know the answer and you don't want to give it out, you can be as evasive as you possibly can. Like when, from that, what was it, the Shrek movie, where Pinocchio's being asked. Like,
yeah.
Like that. Well, I do know where he's not currently residing. God damn you, Pinocchio.
I know that the captain I worked under was not the original captain of the vessel.
Interesting. Can you get a message to her?
I might be able to.
Well, please tell her to come into port. We want to inspect her ship and make sure it's not stolen property. We will fully reimburse her if she comes in and it turns out to be a stolen prototype of the Nod Navy.
I can assure you it does not fit the designs for a ship powered by a non-sentient fire elemental.
As I've stated before, sir, that is a prototype design. When has a prototype ever fit in line with what you wanted?
So are you saying that the Nodian military built a working prototype of a ship based on draining the life force from a sentient creature? That's abhorrent.
Like I said, prototypes are messy devices, and in fact, as an artificer, you know this.
I do, but I would never dream of draining energy from something else to power my own invention.
But the thing is, you didn't notice, like, the fire elemental being, like, yelling in pain, just more like yelling in anger. It's like, when I get out of this, I'm going to kick all your asses kind of thing, like imprisoned to power the ship.
Yeah, and trying to, kind of divert their focus away from... I'm kind of trying to say, why would Nod want to be associated with this vessel, even if it is their property?
Make a... Well, this wouldn't be deception. What would this be? It's not this. Well, it's not. You can't do deception because. Make a politician check.
So. Just charisma?
Yeah, straight charisma. Charisma. I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it seem like we're not why would we be associated with a ship that is draining the life energy? But the prototype basically doesn't. The ship design doesn't take a sentient fire elemental's energy from the fire elemental. Basically takes it and pumps it back in. It's kind of like a pulsing engine.
There has to be some output if it propels at all.
Smoke.
It can't just be a closed system.
Noise.
That's not enough to run a ship off of.
A lot of anger, apparently.
Alright, I will attempt to contact the captain.
And by the way, it's a prototype, and seeing as how you were probably called on there as its technician / quartermaster, you must have realized it was you know that ship was basically being held together with the magical equivalent of duct tape and glue.
Yeah.
So, if you're able to tell her to come in, to nod, we'll see what can happen. And yeah. Thank you for your time. Free to go.
Alright.
Your little dire wolf contraption is just laying on the floor, waiting. You know, you never realized this, but dogs have really expressive eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, it's doing that looking up at the ceiling kind of thing, where its eyebrows are just like pulled back all the way. Mm-hmm. As you come up, it starts wagging its mechanical tail.
These ley lines are...
Ley points, actually.
Ley points, whatever.
The ley lines are oversecting are connected and overlaying with ley points.
This ley point is really affecting you, isn't it? Alright, let's go.
So you take him, and he basically, as you're walking, it puts its nose underneath between your legs and starts carrying you home.
I mean, it's a dire wolf. It's large enough to ride.
Yeah, and it is carrying you home.
Yeah.
It is very uncomfortable, though. Must install saddle.
Yeah.
But it's way fast. It's very fast, though. Burial, what are you doing?
She's still throwing up.
No. She's no longer throwing up. She had thrown up. But then again...
Oh, God.
But then again, how many times has this
happened? 4 gallons.
Huh?
Let's be honest.
Vomit is so disgusting. It's so disgusting it makes you do it again. Ugh. So you flush. There's just water. And you feel it come up into your mouth. And then it goes back down.
Nope.
And then you remember hearing like of an old way to cure these kinds of things. It's a prairie oyster. So you go to the closest good tavern. You ask for a prairie oyster, and they give you all the stuff to make it.
Do I know how to make it?
Give me a sec. Prairie oyster. Yeah, you know how to make it. It's a raw egg, Worcestershire sauce, tomato juice, vinegar, hot sauce, salt, and ground black pepper.
Okay, so she gets the ingredients. Actually, before she even leaves, she checks to be sure we have everything.
No, you went to the tavern to do this.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, so they give you... You know to take the... that you have to remove the whites from it, and then add in the yolk.
Okay.
Who here has seen Cowboy Bebop?
I've always meant to watch it, but I've never had.
I have not.
Damn it. I'm saddened. Anyway, so you finish making the drink. You drink it down. It tastes horrible, but it fixes your hangover. The impending puke that was about to happen. It stays down. And then you ask for water to get that nasty taste out of your mouth.
Okay.
And you're no longer hungover. And you think to yourself, why did I do that to myself? Why?
And then she thinks, I'm in a bar. No. She leaves.
Yeah.
Not twice in a day.
And where do you go?
She's just strolling around, looking at all the
shops and stuff.
Places. Yeah.
Window shopping.
Yeah, window shopping.
Then as you pass like this small little boutique, there's a very beautiful white dress. And the mirror just kind of, it's a wedding dress, and it's like, is at that perfect level where Burial's head is where the head on the dress should be? Like in that hologram. I know I'm going for a trope.
I know what you mean.
Okay. You know how when you look at a piece of glass, it kind of has that reflection to it that's see-through?
Mm-hmm.
So the dress is behind the glass. So it's the dress, the glass, and then Burial, and they're all at the same level. And Burial can literally see like her face in the dress, like above it, like where, as if she was wearing the dress.
I understand.
Then you hear Samael. It's like, what's going on? Like out of nowhere too. It's like scare kind of, like jump scare kind of thing.
Oh shit! What the? You know you should never jump up on somebody like that.
Are you saying that out loud or in your head?
Yes, out loud.
You get looks around, and then people notice that you're an Azimir, and they're like, "Oh, okay." Just go. They go about their days. You know, you can talk to me without saying it out loud. You know that, right?
What?
You know you can talk to me in your own head.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, Samael, doofus. So, saw you looking at that dress. Wishing you were married. Found the perfect guy or woman.
You know, you guys really like to get into people's businesses.
It's kind of my job.
She's already walking away.
Still in your head, doofus.
I
Can't walk away instantly from someone who's inside your head.
So, here's the battle plan. Try not to get into jail. Try and find out where...
Plan. That's the best you got, battle plan.
Hey, if you want, I can be you and you can do my job. Based on what you've seen, okay. You don't want his job. So you're just walking around town. Samael's just giving you, like, alright, so Traskell, huh? Gonna do something about him?
If he does something, I will. If he doesn't, I won't.
Oh, what, you scared of him?
You are an instigator.
Seraphina says she is brave to the point of stupid and reckless. Real shame what happened to Seraphina, by the way. Real shame. She's good at her job. Anyway. How are your friends?
They're fine. One's locked in the basement. You already know this.
No, I don't. I can't access your memories, okay? I can only talk to you in your head. If I want to access your memories...
Can't access my memories, and how did you know that I was in jail?
Naughty red tape, like I said, and he shows you an image of a stack of paperwork. Got any more smart-ass remarks?
Like the one you just had right now?
Yeah. Do you? Seraphina said you had a quick wit.
I'm off my game recently.
Oh. What? What's wrong? Arm broken? Now you're scared?
God damn it.
Hey, God didn't damn it.
You forgot.
Now you see. This is the most angelic thing you've ever heard Samael say. God didn't damn it. Them little fucking beavers did. You can't argue with that.
That was a terrible, god-awful joke.
It's not god-awful.
Don't have another awful... Don't use a joke of awful now.
It's not god-awful. It's a truth. It's a fact. Why would gods damn something? They wouldn't. You see a necromancer walk by with a zombie on a leash. The zombie recoils away from you.
What the... I swear to God, this place gets weirder and weirder every day.
Like New York! You see stairs that go underground outside.
I go down the stairs.
You see a weird, like, turnstile with a coin slot. And it says exact change only. And it says, like, 3 copper.
What is this place?
Hurry up! You hear a loud, rough, clearly dwarven voice behind you.
I'll let him go first.
He puts in the 3 coppers, it gives him a slip. He walks through the turnstile. And you see him head down what looks like, you hear him walk down another flight of stairs.
God damn it. I want to know what this is.
Exact change only. Remember, naughty and coins can be broken up into smaller divisions.
fuck it. And she puts in
3 copper.
Back change. Mm-hmm.
She gets a slip. And you do what the dwarf did, basically?
Yes.
Okay, you walk through the turnstile. You see the stairs to the left. You go down. And you see a weird, it looks like a purple worm. But it has doors on the side of it with windows, and it's filled with people. The doors open up, the people on the worm get out, and they go up the stairs out. Some of them have papers, some of them are looking at a magic mirror like Tim had.
What the fuck is going on?
Do you get on the worm?
No.
The dwarf gets on the worm, and the doors are about to close. They're getting closer. Slowly, they're getting to shut. And
they shut.
They shut, and the worm just takes off. You see sparks of lightning just shoot out the back.
Now, in her head, she asks her judge guy, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh, subway.
The fuck is a subway?
A means of traveling faster than one can walk underground.
Who in their right mind would make this?
I don't know. It's not.
I mean, Amadeus totally would make this.
Yes, he would. Another kind of white worm comes up, later, 10 minutes later, and it's just covered in graffiti.
That poor worm.
It looks like a worm, but it doesn't really. You know what I mean? It looks like a worm, but it's not a worm.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. There are no people on this. The doors open up. You spent 3 copper. Are you gonna ride or no?
Okay, I get inside.
And it takes off in the opposite direction. And
this is so fucking weird.
Then you hear this. Express. What?
He's gone again. Oh, thank God.
No. It just sounds like really. And so we're gonna.
You just got real quiet.
Yeah.
Huh?
You got real quiet.
Oh, damn it. 1 second. I'm really quiet now?
It's better.
1 second.
Better, yeah.
Let's see here. Microphone. How about now? I was trying to reproduce this. Huh?
It's a bit quiet.
How about now? That's what happened. What I was trying to reproduce was basically the New York experience. Where they literally put the microphone up to their mouth and express. So yeah. There you go. And so Burial, you're sitting on this subway for a good hour before it stops again.
She walks out.
It looks exactly like where you were. Except now the stairs lead are now to the right of you.
She goes up.
Same turnstile, same exit.
Goes up.
You are not back home anymore. This is a completely different area of Nod.
Oh shit. She stops somebody and asks them, where the fuck is she?
Nod City.
And he uses that exact language.
Nod City, you dumb broad. This is a halfling too, so that said this to you. And put me down, you bitch.
I wouldn't be holding him.
I'm just going with that because that's how Burial acts.
I travel with a gnome.
Yeah, but let's take a look at this.
I don't pick up Gil.
But you're kind of angry. You're distraught.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah. So. Okay, fine. Retcon. No, didn't pick him up. So you're looking at this halfling, and he's like, "You're in Nod City, the capital."
Oh shit.
Basically, where the little castle is. So you were here. So you've gone about 1,000 miles in an hour.
Okay.
So you've gone about, that would be like, what, 1,000 miles per hour?
1,000 miles per hour, yeah. We went 1,000 miles per hour. Oh, shit. She tries to see if, tries to think of the name of wherever Tim would be.
Well, we done here?
Yeah.
Crazy broad walks away.
Goddamn halflings, you think they run this shit?
You feel a very large rock hit the back of your head. Do you uncanny dodge? Oh wait, you can't because you didn't see it. That is a stipulation of uncanny dodge. You have to see it. So you take. Come on, where's this?
It hit me.
It hit you in the back of the head. So, and you don't have your blind sight yet. So, here, give me that D4, damn it. You take 4 damage.
What the fuck?
You feel you feel a damp spot on the back of your head. Oh.
He turns around.
The halfling is gone. But you hear an eagle cawing. Looks like the halfling got his. So you see a map next to the little exit portal that basically shows you it's all Nod. And it shows you the route you took from where you were to here. Whoop, somebody got dropped.
I'm still here.
Yeah, but
oh, we lost tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, you're back.
I don't know why I dropped out.
Guess maybe you accidentally hit end call or something.
I didn't, because it's impossible.
Anyway. So, what do you remember me saying to you?
I remember you didn't say anything, I was talking. and I had said I'm walking direct.
I didn't hear you say that. All I remember saying was you got hit in the back of the head with a rock from the halfling, and then you heard an eagle call, and it flew, and you thought to yourself that maybe the halfling got what he deserved.
Oh, I didn't hear the eagle. Ha 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 ha. That's what he gets, punk motherfucker.
Hey, that's not nice. That's not nice. You shouldn't wish harm onto others unless they try to kill you. Well, he did throw a rock at the back of your head.
Karma, bitch.
Karma? How do you know karma?
I don't know your name yet.
My name's Samael. How do you know karma?
How do you know karma?
I asked you!
I asked you!
You then hear this very powerful voice boom into your head. How do you know karma, mere mortal? Very intimidating.
I don't know karma, I just know of her.
Karma is not a woman, it is a thing. How do you know of it?
How do you not?
Another note from Seraphina. She is extremely childish.
You know, you should read all the notes.
Big red button. What does that do?
Got it.
Presses it. You feel tremendous amounts of pain.
I swear to goodness, I will go to wherever you are and I will kick your ass.
Presses it again. More pain.
How can you be an angel?
There is actually stories of an angel fighting someone and basically smacking them in the face with their own hands. That is true, actually. Like I said, lawful good, not lawful nice. Okay. And he did say his name was Poison of God in Celestial. So, yeah. Morrow?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so you're walking around, you saw the map, and it showed you the route of what you took. And even though you were 1,000 miles away, by guessing you were the train took you a lot farther than 1,000 miles. And it bypassed all these other stops.
That was weird. This is the capital.
Yeah.
He's like,
Now I'm guessing you're trying to find where Tim would be?
Yes.
Alright.
Because I want to fuck with him.
You do know he's married, so he probably won't want that.
I really hate it when you do that.
What, twist your words against you? Well,
No, be a smart ass.
Hey, I'm the dungeon master, okay? I can be whatever I want. Your doom? Fine. Tarask. Your torture? Boom, you're in the far realm. plane hates you, boom, the abyss. Anyway, so you're searching the city and you're looking for where Tim definitely would be.
Mm-hmm.
Make an investigation check. What's Burial's background, by the way?
I've really never made one.
Well, what I mean is, like, what the story background would be. Like, what's the passive ability she gets as outside the RP background?
She's a charlatan.
Oh, okay then. What's that ability they get? Trying to think, like, what is it? What is it? PHB, help me. Alright. To the player's handbook. Charlatan. Guild artisan, entertainer, acolyte, charlatan. Oh, false identity. You created a second identity that includes documentation, established acquaintances, and disguise that allows you to assume that persona. Additionally, you can forge documents, including official papers and personal letters, as long as you have seen an example of that kind of document, or the handwriting you are trying to copy. Oh, okay, cool. So basically, you can copy anything as long as it's non-magical.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is Burial's second identity?
Oh.
Or has she picked one yet?
No, she hasn't.
She's still working on it. It's like,
yeah, she's been working on it for years.
As a lizard person,
she's so meticulous.
As a lizard person, now she has to change it because she's no longer a lizard person. Which, it's very difficult to be a lizard person. Think of, like, what second identity could a lizard person have? Now that you have emotions, you can make a better one. Because your second identity was basically you hiding as another member of the other tribe. So you wouldn't have to fight and kill anyone. Now, as you're searching, it takes you a good 2 hours, but you find a particular place where you think Tim might be. The Grand Hall of the Magisterium. It's a big, massive, opulent building. And you see designs in there from all races and cultures. Human, gnome, dwarf, elf, celestial.
She walks up whatever there is.
You're stopped by a guard. Here it is. You can see there's not very many people walking into there.
Why'd you stop me?
Papers.
She shows her passport?
Basically her citizenship. He looks it over, compares, contrasts. He grabs Burial by the chin, moves it, and up, down, all around. Being gentle, you know. Okay. Hands it back to you. You can go in.
That was fucking weird.
Security, ma'am.
She walks up.
As you walk through the gates, you... Are any of your weapons made of metal?
They're all made of metal.
The second you walk through the doorway... Damn it. He pulls you back. Please place any and all metal items or objects into this bag. They'll be given back to you as long as they'll be given back to you when you leave. And he holds out.
I can't take off my clothes because her arm, even though it's leather, there's like little
leather rings and stuff, or iron rings kind of stuff, right? Holding.
Yeah.
Do you have normal clothing underneath?
Like.
Yeah, you do. You have like normal button clothing kind of thing, like the normal kind of stuff you'd see on you. No metal either, because hey, eventually I have to go somewhere where I can't bring my weapons and shit.
Fuck!
Sorry, ma'am. Don't worry, your belongings will be returned to you when you leave.
God damn it, man! I can't fuck with Tim like this. And she says that out loud.
I didn't know Tim had a mistress.
God.
Uh-oh.
You didn't know?
Make a deception check. Ooh.
That's a shitty deception.
No, that's pretty good actually. Because unless this guy has like 20, let's see, where is it? God, I hate this. Here we are. He's got a +2 for wisdom. $14.
Oh my god.
+2. That's 16. Right. Anyway, are you going in or not?
No. She walks away. God damn it!
Hey, knock it off. Samael. He's like a lapsed Catholic, If you've ever met one, which technically you kind of have, they're pretty much like that. Like, hey, God didn't damn it. Anyway, so you want to make another investigation check, looking for where Tim could possibly be?
Yes. I want to hopefully find his estate.
Wow. You don't find his estate, but you do find Tim. He's in a cigar lounge.
I don't want him to know that I found him. I want to be and like she hides.
Make a stealth check. Tim points right where you're hiding and says, "I see you." Barrio.
How high is this passive?
He's been around for thousands of years, and he said earlier, well, that's back when he shoved a man who was clearly twice his size and weight away, like off of a platform. Like it was nothing.
God.
And Tim
He's flipping him off as he points at him.
Can I help you, Barrio? Do I get
Yes,
a cigar?
I don't know how I got here.
Express. That was the only word you heard on that worm. On the graffiti worm.
I don't know what you mean, but the worm.
Okay. You see some other old you see a few other old elves, like, it's like, who is this woman?
And she walks up to him like, I'm his lover.
Oh my god.
Oh, Tim!
And she kisses him on the cheek.
She's more like a granddaughter I just can't get rid of. You know the feeling. Tim. Quite. Please sit. Join us. Have a cigar.
She wants to. Okay, can I roll a perception to see how much money all of these guys have?
Oh my god.
You certainly can. I'm giving you inspiration for that. And by the way, inspiration in my game works, you have it forever. Until you spend it, basically.
You know what? Fuck it.
Just gonna stick with that?
Yeah.
These guys are fucking loaded. It's like... And they're offering you a...
She sits on the youngest one. Because they all
look kind of similar to Tim in age. And they're all elves,
She
too.
just chooses one, and she sits on one of their laps like, so how do you guys know Timmy?
Watch out, she's gonna take your coin purse, guys.
And she looks at him like, what the fuck?
Oh, she ain't messing with the no broke elves.
God.
Big cigars. Big fat stogie in one hand, cognac in the other.
I want to use my inspiration.
You can. Roll again.
God damn it, how the fuck did I roll 14 twice?
The elf you're sitting on, notices you trying to reach for his pocket. Is like, whoa, she moves fast, doesn't she, Tim? You move your hand somewhere else where you don't want it to go.
And then she squeezed.
God.
Oh, yes. You feel him get aroused.
What a exercise.
She walks away, and then she's like, Tim, you hang out with some weird motherfuckers.
What? Well, I was just getting started. And we're just going to end it there for today?
Okay.
Oh my god.
You should have known that wouldn't work.
No, it did. It worked. It worked.
It wouldn't go the way you wanted it to.
It went the way you wanted it to.
Wouldn't go the way of Burial, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Whoops.